There's always been a question mark around if anyone knew Liberty German and Abigail Williams were going to the bridge at a specific time on Monday, February 13th, 2017. According to a family member and a friend, a male cousin of Liberty German knew they were going, and a young male friend of theirs who they knew in real life also knew they were going to the bridge. But the male cousin and his friend did not go to the bridge that day because they were not allowed to. The trip to the bridge, however, was not planned according to family members and friends of Liberty German and Abigail Williams. In an article from Purdue University's The Exponent newspaper from June 2020, Kelsey German claimed she remembered seeing a dark SUV with its rear windshield covered in decals parked near the entrance where she dropped off the girls. She didn't pay attention to whether any people were around. In images from a camera at the Indiana Packers on February 13, 2017, a black pickup truck was seen on the camera along with a white van sometime in the period of time between 2:40 and 3:31 p.m. Could this be the vehicle Kelsey saw and thought it was an SUV by mistake? I heard Betsy Blair drove a black SUV. I think this is a black pickup truck seen on the camera and not an SUV. It might not have anything to do with the case. I've been told who the person who may have been driving this vehicle was, although I don't know if the information I was told is true. On February 13, 2017, an elderly man named David Riley was walking his dog at the Monon High Bridge Trail and by Freedom Bridge, and 4 girls, one of the girls' names who is the sister of RV was omitted in Richard Allen's PCA, saw David Riley walking his dog. In a WLFI article posted on February 13, 2018, David Riley said that he was on the trail the day Liberty German and Abigail Williams were killed. He said he didn't see or hear anything. He said that he talked to the police twice and gave them DNA and all that stuff. He said he was at the other end of the trail. He said Libby and Abby were at the High Bridge and he was at the Freedom Bridge. He wondered if he had turned the other way, what would have happened.
I think about it a lot.
David Riley replays this day last year quite often.
I was on the trail the day that they were killed.
And did you see anything?
No, I talked to the police twice and gave them DNA and all that stuff. But yeah, I was at the other end of the trail. They were by the bridge, the High Bridge. I was by the Blue Bridge, the Freedom Bridge.
In an interview which was conducted in the year 2020 of BW, who was one of the 4 girls who encountered the person believed to be bridge guy Richard Allen, she was able to show investigators a picture that she took on her phone of the Monon High Bridge with a timestamp of 12:43 p.m. EST. BW showed investigators another picture she took at the bench just east of the Freedom Bridge when they were leaving at 1:26 p.m. EST. BW stated after she took the picture at the bench, they started walking back towards Freedom Bridge. BW stated that's when they walked past the man who matched the description of the individual in the picture who was bridge guy. She stated that he was wearing baggy jeans and was taller than her. She stated he had a collar and he had his hood up from the clothing underneath the jacket. She described the man as wearing a blue or black windbreaker jacket. RV, who was in the group of 4 girls along with her sister IV, told investigators that she said hi to the man, but he just glared at them. She recalled him being in all black and had something covering his mouth. RV recalled telling her sister that someone was in a grumpy mood. She went to describe him as being not very tall and had a bigger build. She said he was not bigger than 5'10". RV went on to say in an interview that he was wearing a black hoodie, black jeans, and black boots. She said that he had his hands in his pockets. If one of Rick Allen's defense attorneys, in cross-examination of the juvenile witnesses, tried to claim they saw someone else who wasn't Richard Allen, let's say they tried to say they saw David Riley, then why didn't the witnesses say the bridge guy had a dog with him? I think if David Riley was wearing a darker jacket, as some people have claimed on the internet, then it still wouldn't negate witness testimonies in cross-examination, because if they also saw Rick Allen, aka Bridge Guy, wearing dark attire like a navy jacket or a jacket he was wearing in the shadows from the trees when they had passed him, then I don't think it would be an issue. Memory can be faulty at times, and maybe they or 1 or 2 of the juvenile witnesses remembered both men wearing something dark in color. In a 2019 live stream, Liberty German's sister, Kelsey German, wanted to put rumors to bed and debunk some of them which surrounded the murder investigation. One of the rumors was about her sister's cell phone had moved around town, and one of the conspiracy theories was that the phone was somehow moved or the victims had been moved with the phone. Kelsey German said that Liberty's phone was not moving around town and her phone was in one place, but it was pinging from different ones because of how close together the two cell phone towers were. In the fourth Franks motion filed by Richard Allen's defense on April 29, 2024, they claimed that based on newly disclosed evidence that Liberty German's phone was accessed and connected with the cell phone tower at 4:33 a.m. on February 14, 2017. The defense claimed in this motion the last ping was at 4:33 a.m. on February 14, 2017, and not at 5:44 p.m. on February 13, 2017 that the state claimed. In the state's response to the fourth Franks motion, it claimed that the defense mischaracterized and misinterpreted the ping evidence information and that according to Sergeant Blocker's reports from his evaluation, the last contact was at 5:44 p.m. on February 13, 2017. In the filing, it brings up that the pings were giving a longitude and latitude based on historical data and not live data, and they were not live pings. The ping emails collected according to the state's filing all showed historical data. The tower tried pinging the phone at the moment the ping was initiated, so it gave the service provider the historical data location. I had a feeling the defense were mischaracterizing the information given to them, and that maybe they were putting a spin on it to allude another actor had accessed Libby's phone at 4:33 a.m. People have speculated and wrongly claimed that the person in this image above on the left was Cheyenne Holguin, when it was a woman with the initials FI, and they've also mistakenly claimed that this image was taken on February 13th, 2017, when it was taken on February 19th, 2017, and the timestamp is shown on the bottom left of the image. The red blotches on the person on the right's jeans was not blood, but red paint. FI was out at the bridge on Sunday, February 19th, 2017, and she said she saw cops with metal detectors all over the ground, and that the end of the bridge and everywhere below was blocked off because the police were obviously looking for something. Could the cops have been looking for the murder weapon and maybe not the bullet, because the bullet was found on the 14th, according to what the investigators have claimed? A person on Facebook claimed that from a day or so ago, Richard Allen had tried committing suicide at the Wabash Valley Correctional Facility and has been telling an inmate that he is sorry he killed those girls. Apparently, there's some element of truth to the rumor that Allen has tried committing suicide and that he tried to throw himself through a basketball hoop to kill himself. Rick Allen, being only 5'5" in height, ain't going to be able to dunk on anybody. Richard Allen has more than 30 incriminating statements and confessions, and it seems like he's continuing to make incriminating statements at Wabash Valley Correctional Facility.